Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share something that's not just a goal. It's a life mission for many, to be both wealthy and happy. We live in a world that often separates the two. We're told you can either chase money or live a peaceful life. But why not both? Wealth and happiness are not opposites. They can be partners, but only if we learn how to build both, intentionally, with purpose, and with balance. True wealth isn't just what you have in your bank account. It's about freedom, options, and the peace of mind that you're secure. True happiness isn't just momentary pleasure. It's the inner contentment that comes from living with meaning and authenticity. One of the biggest mistakes people make is chasing someone else's version of success. They follow the crowd, the culture, or social media influencers without ever stopping to ask, what does wealth truly mean to me? And what does happiness look like in my life? If you skip this step, you could spend your whole life climbing a ladder only to find it's leaning against the wrong wall. Wealth is not just about having a big house, fancy car, or millions in the bank. For some, wealth might mean freedom from debt, the ability to travel, or the peace of mind to spend time with family. For others, it might be building a business, owning property, or just having enough savings to sleep peacefully at night. Happiness is also deeply personal. It doesn't always come from material things. You might find it in quiet mornings, creating something meaningful, serving others, or simply being mentally and emotionally at peace. Some people feel most alive when they're achieving big goals. Others feel happiest when life is simple and slow. When you define these two terms clearly for yourself, something powerful happens. You stop comparing. You stop wasting energy chasing temporary highs. You stop living someone else's dream, and instead, you start designing your life with purpose. You begin to build goals that align with your heart, not just with society's checklist. You create a version of wealth that fits your values and a version of happiness that fits your soul. So take the time to sit with yourself and ask, what do I truly want? What does a wealthy life feel like to me? What does real happiness look like in my daily routine? What am I willing to let go of to get there? Until you define it for yourself, wealth and happiness will always feel distant. But once you do, everything changes. You start moving in the right direction with clarity, confidence, and purpose. If there's one investment that brings the highest return in both wealth and happiness, it's you. Your mind is a machine. Your body is your foundation. Your energy, skills, focus, and creativity. These are the raw materials of success. Most people spend their time upgrading their phones, their clothes, their cars, but they neglect to upgrade themselves. Understand this, you are your greatest asset. Before you try to earn more, grow more, or influence others, you have to first develop your inner world. That means becoming more disciplined, more focused, more emotionally intelligent, and more skilled. Invest in your knowledge, read books, take online courses, learn new skills that are in demand in the market. The more value you create, the more wealth will naturally come your way. Invest in your health. No amount of money matters if your energy is low and your body is breaking down. Sleep well. Exercise daily. Eat clean. Take care of the machine that drives everything else. Invest in your mindset. Your mindset shapes your reality. If you carry a belief that says, I'm not good enough, you'll sabotage your progress no matter how hard you work. Replace doubt with belief. Replace fear with courage. Replace blame with responsibility. Invest in your environment. The people you spend time with either drain you or develop you. Surround yourself with those who challenge you to grow, not those who keep you stuck. Most people are waiting for an opportunity to find them. Winners are creating opportunities by constantly building themselves up. The more you grow, the more you attract the right people, the right chances, and the right breakthroughs. If you want to live a wealthy life and a happy one, Start by treating yourself like someone who matters. Because once you become someone of value, you'll never have to chase success. Success will chase you. One of the most powerful financial principles you can adopt is this: never rely on just one income stream. If your entire livelihood depends on a single paycheck, you're walking a tightrope without a safety net. The moment that income stops, whether due to job loss, illness, or unexpected events, your entire lifestyle is at risk. True wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how many ways your money works for you, even when you're sleeping. The wealthiest and happiest people build systems that generate money from multiple directions. Let's break it down. If you have a job, that's your active income. It's important, but it's limited by your time and energy. You trade hours for dollars, but real financial freedom comes when you build passive income, money that flows in without you constantly working for it. Here are examples of income streams you can build over time: side hustles, freelancing, consulting, content creation, or selling products online. Investments, stocks, real estate, mutual funds, or digital assets that grow over time. Businesses, start a small business or a service that solves real problems. Royalties, from writing, music, apps, or online courses. Rental income, property or equipment rentals that pay you monthly. The goal isn't to do all of them at once, but to start with one, master it, and then build the next. When you have multiple streams of income, something amazing happens. You sleep better. You take risks more confidently. You can spend more time doing what you love and less time worrying about bills. You build wealth faster and smarter. This financial flexibility also leads to emotional happiness, because stress over money is one of the biggest causes of anxiety. But with more income sources, your sense of security and freedom increases. So, don't just work for money, build money machines that work for you. Start small, but start now, because one income stream can support your needs, but multiple income streams can build your dreams. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how you manage what you make. There are countless stories of people who win the lottery or earn millions, and lose it all within years. Why? Because they never learned the habits of financial discipline and smart money management. Money doesn't solve money problems. Wisdom does. If you want long-term wealth and peace of mind, you must treat your finances with intention and intelligence. Here's what that looks like. Track every dollar. You can't control what you don't understand. Start tracking your income and expenses. Use a simple notebook, spreadsheet, or app, but know where your money goes. Awareness is the first step toward control. Live below your means. This is the golden rule of financial freedom. Spend less than you earn, consistently. That gap between your income and expenses is where wealth begins. Avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation. Just because you earn more doesn't mean you should spend more. Save consistently. Build an emergency fund. Save for goals. Create a cushion that gives you peace and power. Saving is not about fear, it's about freedom. It means you're not one paycheck away from disaster. Invest early and often let your money work for you. Even small investments grow big with time. Learn about compound interest, the magical force that turns $100 into thousands if given time and consistency. Educate yourself on stocks, ETFs, index funds, or real estate. Make spending conscious. Don't spend to impress. Don't buy things to fill emotional gaps. Spend on what brings value, growth, and genuine joy. Create a budget, not to restrict you, but to guide you toward freedom. Automate good habits. Set automatic transfers to savings and investment accounts. Remove emotion from decisions. Build a system that works even when you're not thinking about it. When you manage your money wisely, something shifts. You feel calm, confident, and in control. You stop living paycheck to paycheck. You stop fearing unexpected bills, and most importantly, you build a future where you're secure, stable, and free. Wealth isn't built by luck. It's built by habits, and happiness doesn't come from spending. It comes from knowing you've built a life that's sustainable and smart. If you want to build true wealth and lasting happiness, don't just collect contacts. Build real connections. In life, it's not just about who you know. It's about how well you nurture and value those relationships. Many people focus on building a network as a strategy for success. While that's important, too often it becomes transactional. What can this person do for me? But true happiness and success come from something deeper: meaningful, honest, uplifting relationships. Here's why this matters so much. Opportunities flow through people. Your next big breakthrough, job offer, business idea, or investment opportunity will likely come from someone you know. But people open doors for those they trust, respect, and genuinely like. When you build relationships based on value, authenticity, and shared growth, not just gain, you create a network that's alive, generous, and powerful. Real relationships enrich your life. Wealth feels empty if you have no one to share it with. You can be financially rich and emotionally poor if you're isolated, lonely, or surrounded by fake friends. True friends, supportive mentors, and like-minded peers don't just help you succeed. They make the journey worthwhile. Invest in people who inspire growth. Spend time with those who stretch your thinking, challenge your excuses, and support your dreams. People who talk ideas, not gossip, who celebrate your wins, not compete with them. Your circle should make you better, and you should make them better in return. Be the giver, not just the taker. Want to build deep relationships? Be the one who adds value. Offer help, share knowledge, connect others. Give without keeping score, because those who lift others rise higher, and that brings both respect and fulfillment. Emotional wealth is real wealth. Sometimes all it takes is one conversation with the right person to shift your entire mindset. Relationships bring joy, support, accountability, and strength in tough times. No amount of money can replace a loyal friend, a loving partner, or a wise mentor. So don't just go to networking events. Connect on a human level. Don't just follow people on social media. Have real conversations. Don't just build a contact list. Build a support system. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, you don't just grow rich. You grow stronger, wiser, and happier. If you want to be truly wealthy and genuinely happy, you must do more than just work for yourself. You must serve something greater than yourself. You see, the richest lives aren't the ones filled with the most stuff. They are the ones filled with meaning. And meaning comes when your actions, your work, and your energy are directed toward a purpose bigger than you. Let's break that down. Wealth comes from solving problems. Every dollar you earn is a direct result of how much value you create for others. Successful entrepreneurs, creators, and professionals don't chase money. They chase impact. They ask, how can I solve a real problem for real people? When you serve others with excellence, money becomes a byproduct of your contribution. Happiness comes from contribution. There's a deep and lasting joy that comes from knowing your life is helping others in some way. Whether it's through your job, your art, your kindness, or your time, we are wired for connection. When we serve others, when we give, uplift, support, teach, or inspire, we unlock a level of fulfillment that pleasure alone can never give. Purpose gives you direction. Without a sense of purpose, even wealth can feel meaningless. You wake up wondering, what's the point? But when you know your purpose, your life becomes anchored. You have something to aim for. Your days are filled with drive, clarity, and energy, not just routine. Your purpose evolves But it starts with service. You don't have to start a charity or change the world overnight. Start small, help one person, share your knowledge, volunteer your time, do your job with love and integrity. The key is to give more than you take, and to lead with heart, purpose. Driven work builds loyal wealth. When people feel your sincerity, your care, your mission. They trust you, customers return, audiences grow. Communities support you, and suddenly you're not just making a living, you're making a legacy. In the end, service isn't a side project. It's the foundation of both prosperity and peace. Serve with purpose. Build your life around impact, and you'll wake up each day not just richer in your bank account, but richer in your soul. If you want more wealth and deeper happiness, there's one principle that quietly multiplies everything good in your life: gratitude. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's a mindset, a way of seeing the world. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present. And that single shift unlocks a life of abundance, clarity, and peace. Let's go deeper. Gratitude rewires your brain. Science shows that practicing gratitude regularly actually rewires your brain to notice more positives, reduce stress, and increase your emotional resilience. When you focus on what's going right, your brain finds more things to be grateful for, and that creates a self-reinforcing cycle of optimism and joy. Gratitude makes you rich before you're rich. You don't have to wait until you have $1 million to feel wealthy. When you're grateful for the basics, your health, your opportunities, your progress, you already feel rich. And ironically, that mindset of enoughness draws more wealth into your life because you make decisions from a place of confidence, not desperation. Gratitude stops the comparison game in a world where we're constantly bombarded with other people's highlight reels on social media. Gratitude anchors you. You stop comparing. You stop feeling behind. You start appreciating your unique path, and that's where true happiness begins. Gratitude gives you perspective. No matter how bad things seem, there's always something to be thankful for. A second chance, a small win, a lesson learned, a sunrise. Gratitude helps you see progress over perfection, and that keeps you moving forward with peace and power. Gratitude and goals can coexist. Being grateful doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you appreciate what you have while building what you want. You can say, "I'm thankful for today, and I'm excited about tomorrow." That balance keeps your ambition healthy and your spirit whole. Daily practice transforms your life. Start a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each morning or night. It takes 2 minutes, but the ripple effect is massive. Say thank you to the people around you. Speak gratitude out loud. Let it be visible, not silent, because the truth is, gratitude turns what you have into enough, and what you dream into reality. It multiplies your energy, your focus, your relationships, and yes, your wealth and happiness. If you only practice one habit starting today, let it be this one: gratitude. It changes everything.